to another episode of Disney Done Differently. I'm Chris, and in this episode, I'm going to show you how to make a lobster roll a little differently. Everybody has their traditional Northeast lobster roll with mayonnaise and all the ingredients in there, with the bread. They're known for their bread. But today, we're going to do it a little differently. Let's go.
Alright, so we're going to take a small pot. I'm going to add about a half a stick of butter. I like to preheat my pot so the butter melts. I'm going to add a pinch of red pepper flakes, celery salt. This is going to add tons of flavor to it, and just a couple of dashes. I'm going to squeeze a half of lemon. I'm going to get all the juice out of 1/2 a lemon, and there we go. Now as this starts to melt, and we're going to just add 1 crushed clove of garlic. And this is going to be the base of our sauce. We'll just give this a mix and let this melt and continue. We're going to use this on the lobster. We're going to use this on top of the bread. You'll see. Alright, so we have our 2 lobster tails. Just simple tails. Nothing crazy about them. So you get the shells. I'm going to use shears. This is the way I like to cut it. You just you got the breastplate on the bottom, and you get the top. So you just slip your cooking shears right through the top of the shell. So you want to be above the meat. Just slip it right in. Give it a couple quick cuts. Sometimes they're harder than others. And there you go. So now, we have the shell open. I'm just going to take a knife and get into that opening. Again, you don't want to go down to that breastplate. You just want to you want to separate the meat. So you go right down and then just give it a little twist to the left and right. And we'll do it on this one. Down. Again, just a small little twist. And that'll open up your lobsters. So you can butterfly your lobsters a lot easier this way. And just pull them apart, and there you go. You have your lobster. Alright, so now we've just got a grill pan that's cooking. It's on with a little bit of butter, and I'm taking that mixture that we made earlier, and I'm just basting it across the flesh of the lobster. Alright, now folks, this has the garlic, the celery salt, the butter, the red pepper flakes, and you just take it, brush it on right there onto our pan that's nice and hot. I'm pressing it down just so it makes enough contact to the actual surface of the pan. And do the same thing with the second one. And remember that the butter is what's really flavored already. Some people just do plain butter, and to me that just doesn't take it up a notch. So we just add them to the pan. Simple. We're gonna press them down, let these cook for 2-3 minutes on each side at max. Alright, let's check our lobster and see how it's doing. Here it is, getting a little bit of color. And before we flip them, so we're gonna take that butter and actually baste the outside shell. And that'll seep in through, because now the breastplate is actually going to start to become porous and open up a bit. So I'm going to just brush some butter on there. Listen, I've had lobster rolls at Columbia Harbor House, Ale and Compass, couple of places. Actually, during the Food and Wine Festival in the American Pavilion, they had a different style of lobster roll. But we're going to do a little differently today. So, alright, so your traditional lobster roll is a New England roll. And I'm using a brioche roll. New England rolls have the sides that are available on each side. I'm going to tell you that that's the traditional lobster roll. But anything that's made with butter, I'm just using the split top roll. Anything made with butter is better. I'm just taking the brioche roll, and I'm brushing the butter mixture that we made, and see pepper flakes, and place it right onto the grill. I'm going to grab the second one, and we'll baste this one as well. Our lobsters are resting, and you know what? I should really be using a spoon to make this process a lot easier, but you know what? It's called Disney Done Differently, so we'll make it a little different. All right, our lobsters are all rested. I'm just going to take a fork just to apart the sides. The meat should come directly out once your lobster's cooked properly. So just pull it off from the sides and then just pull with your fingers and pull that meat out of there. All right, so our meat's all taken out of the shells and it's still warm. And at this point, I'm just going to give it a rough chop, just cut it up. It's to bite size. That's what you want. It's so tempting to have a piece right now, but I will wait and do it properly. So just dice this up real quick. All right, to our bowl, we're going to add our lobster meat that we just diced up. And we're just going to add some diced celery, about 1 to 2 stick, 1 stick of celery. And then we're going to add some extra virgin olive oil and some chives. I'm sorry, scallions, green onion. So just add that, and then some fresh dill. Dill and seafood works together perfectly, folks. And we'll finish that with some black pepper. All right, so we just give this a quick mix. You just want to incorporate everything that we just added to the bowl and get that olive oil mixed all around good with the celery and the lobster and the pepper and your fresh dill. And that's this is your lobster roll. This is your filling. Look at that meat. All right, we just can't just add the lobster meat directly to the bun and be done. That's no fun. So what I'm going to take is some Japanese mayo. Japanese mayo is made with egg yolks instead of the traditional mayonnaise. And we'll just give that a spread. Generous amount of portion, no measurement for it. You just want to spread it evenly across. And this adds flavor too, folks. And then to that, I'm going to grab some chili sauce. Not just spicy chili sauce. This is the American chili sauce. About 1 teaspoon I'm using. This is the Heinz chili sauce, and not a sponsor, and just that's the brand that I'm using. It's going to add a little bit of flavor, a little bit of a bite to this lobster roll. I bet you guys didn't see that coming, but again, we'll do it a little differently, and this adds a ton of flavor. And there we go. All right, so now let's grab the star of the show. We got our lobster mixture, and we're just going to spoon that right on top of the chili sauce mixed with the mayo. Remember, the bread has the beautiful butter sauce that we made with the garlic and the red pepper, celery salt. This is going to be, I could smell already, the dill is working with the heat from the lobster. And you could smell the butter coming off of, I dropped that whole big piece of lobster there. Let's get that back on there. All right, and there you go. All right, so we're all the way in New England. We got the wonderful lobster roll. Guys, you saw it's quick and easy. You need the lobster, some butter, garlic, celery salt, the red pepper. I could smell the dill. This is really hot to hold. Well, you know what's next. That's delicious. You get the flavor of the dill, the spiciness, a little hint of the spice from the chili sauce, the butteriness, a little bit of the kick of the garlic. Listen, we're not in New England. We're not doing a traditional lobster roll. Please don't send me any hate mail on that. Do this at home. Keep cooking. That's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll be here. You come back. If you liked everything you saw, please like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends. Till next time.